everyone. Hi. Sorry I'm late. I know I had really high expectations for today apparently. So, hi. I'm here now. Better late than never, maybe, hopefully. Possibly. Anyway. So, who do we have here? I don't know who Ralph Bond is. Mula. Okay. Hey, Mousy Files. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Cheap Glass. Hey, Linda. Hey, Nana Hawk. Hey, Heather. Hey, Christy. I'm still not trying to pronounce that name. So, Christy it is. Hey, Robin. Hey, Autistic Chill. Hi, Steffi. How's everyone doing? I hope well. I hope very well. So I thought we'd start this off with a cocktail because fuckery always goes down a little bit better when it's laced with booze, right? At least it does for me. So I'm not sure which one I want to do first. So I think I want to do the Starburst Martini. I think that's what we're going to do. I think so. So I'm going to see. I don't have martini glasses. I've been through this over and over again, but I'm still going to go through it anyways. This is the closest thing I have to a martini glass. Actually, I do have kind of a martini glass, but they hold like 2 ounces. Like, that's not a martini. Maybe it was like in the 1950s or something, but it ain't now. So this holds a little bit more than that. So it's actually a margarita glass, but it works. It does. It works. So I'm going to start this off here by, what do I do with that? There it is. All right. So I have, in here is fresh watermelon juice. So I'm going to just dab a paper towel in it a little bit, get it a little moist. Yes, I said moist. Deal with it. And then I'm just going to wet the rim here. Because I don't really care to drink martinis unless I get to put something around the rim. That's the best part of martinis are the rim jobs. Mm-hmm. That should be a shirt. The best part of martinis is the rim job. Anyway, so we have sugar around the rim here. Then we're going to take our shaker. And we're going to use, first we have to put ice in it. And again, I'd like to thank the beautiful Renelle for my awesome bartending tools here, the ice holder and the shakers and stuff. And this was an amazing present, and I really appreciate it because now my ice doesn't melt when I actually make drinks. Usually my ice would melt. So I don't have a whole ton of ice made though, so we're going to keep it to about half a scoop or so. You don't really need a whole lot anyways because you're not going to keep it in the drink. You're just using it to chill the drink. So there's that. So then we're going to start with, I think this is 1.5 ounces. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. 1.5 ounces of my favorite vanilla vodka, Pinnacle whipped vodka. That is for mixers and everything anyways. Stoli vanilla it's not bad or anything, obviously, but I like the flavor, and I think Pinnacle whipped is a little bit sweeter, and I like sweet shit. So if you were going to drink vanilla vodka, like just on the rocks or something, then I would highly recommend you drinking something more along the lines of Stoli rather than this. But for drinks, oh no, it's got to be this. So put one of these jigger sizes full of Pinnacle whipped vodka. Then, I might think I'm done with that one for tonight now. Then we want raspberry lemonade. I just bought it. I should have put this in a smaller container to keep out here, but I was already running late as it was. So we're going to do 3 ounces of this. So, well, about 4 ounces of this actually, since I brought up the Pinnacle whipped. So I did 1.5 ounces. So I want to do 3. Yeah, we'll do. So 2 of these, and we'll do a little bit more. There we go. All right. I don't remember. Okay, so I thought this one had the lime juice. I guess not. Okay, so we're going to this also calls for like a type of soda, carbonated soda. Like you can use like a flavored club soda or seltzer water, or you can use like a Fresca or something. I'm going with Georgia peach seltzer water because this will tie into a drink I'm making in a little bit. It doesn't really matter, but I don't like to add that before I shake the martini because of the carbonation stuff. It'll make it fizzy and then it'll make it go flat sooner. So I like to add that after. I don't care. That's how I like to do it. So for this, I'm going to cover this up and I'm going to shake it. I'm going to shake it. So make it good. And you're going to strain it to your glass. Okay. In there for now. And then just top it off with a little bit of flavored seltzer water. But an ounce or two, however much you want. It's really up to you. And I didn't realize that thing was right there blocking the light. I apologize for that. I just noticed it now. It's a cat headband. All right. So in this, I'm going to garnish with a couple of raspberries. I'm just going to pop them right in because I can't find my awesome glass skewer anymore. I don't know where it went. So that's the Starburst. I think it's Starburst. That's pretty good. The sugar is a good touch, though. Like sometimes I don't think you need it, but it's still cool to have. This, I think you might kind of need it. Well, that's good. That's really good. It's kind of refreshing. Like I've been kind of, I don't know, I've been over like the whole creamy martinis with like any cream or chocolate cream or rum chata and everything in it. Like I'm over that shit now. I want fruity and fresh. I want summertime martinis since it's, almost Halloween. So yeah, that's good though. That's real good. I'm saving, I got 3 recipes. I'm saving my favorite one for last though. So we'll make the other ones in a little bit. I'm going to get back to the street right now. Okay. Let me get over here to chat. Check it out real quick. Okay. Hey, Tiffany. Flying Mama. Hey, Sunny B. Hey, Misty. Hey, Renelle. Hi. I was just using your ice holder here. Thank you again. Hey, Super Snoops. I almost said Sugar Snoops. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is my inbox, email inbox. Now, last night I came on and I shared an email that I received allegedly from Nat. Why is it stuck all the way back here? My stream looks like it's paused or something. Okay, there we go. So allegedly from Nat. And to refresh everyone's memory here, let me pull that up. What is this? Oh, I can't. Don't start your shit. Sorry, my computer's running slow yet again. All right, that's nothing. All right. It looked like I was frozen there for a second. All right, so come on. At this rate, it'd probably be quicker if I just pulled up last night's stream and read it from that. Here we go. All right, so here's the email I got yesterday. Like I said, it was allegedly from Nat. And I redacted a couple of things. Like I redacted the email just in case. And I redacted a name that was mentioned right off the bat in the email because I'm under advisement not to speak on it. So it says, court, just a pre-warning, has specific people behind her that specialize in what is happening right now. Nonsense is tied in with the person whom you post about, you know. I can't say anything myself at the moment either, though I do want you to be 100% sure the court hearing is legitimate. You don't understand how this person operates, and you need to do some background research before you go to a different state. It says there, but I'm pretty sure they meant state. I don't want you to come to any harm. Please just email them separately to make sure it is legitimate. There's some fucked up people. Everything is us connected. Take care, Butte. Okay. So last night I gave my opinions on this. I said, I have my opinions on that. Either way, the whole thing's bullshit. The email, I deemed it as such. The whole thing's bullshit. And even if by some chance it weren't, well, why would I trust and believe anything that were to say after all that's happened? Why? What? No, like this is ridiculous. Well, I got another email today. Interesting. Wait, shoot, I didn't redact it though. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna read this. I can, if you guys want to wait a second, I can put the redactions up, but this came from a different email address. I want to point that out. And it says, hi, Erin, it's Nat. Whatever emails you are receiving claiming to be from myself are not. I haven't contacted you in years and hadn't planned to. Whatever the hell is going on, I want no pardon. I don't respond to Katie anymore, and I won't respond to anyone else either. I spoke to Veda, Megan, and Misty earlier in the year after a shitty few months led me into believing I needed to clear my name, but I really don't. The investigation is ongoing, and I'll be able to do that here by, I don't know what it means, something mean nothing anymore, and rightfully so. I don't know what it means. EIRDS. I don't know what it means. I lied to you several times willfully under the guise of protecting and doing bits for a so-called best friend. Not anymore. Now, I don't know if who she's referring to as a so-called best friend is Litmus Noble or it's Katie. I think it's likely Katie, but I don't know. She goes on to say, she mentions the name of under advisement to not speak on. I've heard of them through messages I don't respond to from others. I know them has you off to court alongside others for harassment, but I'm sure you'll be fine. It's shit when you have to fight to clear your name, but so worth it in the long run. Anyhow, I'm rambling. I'm not in this community anymore. I want nothing to do with it. Ow. And then she said, and once again, I'm left with this belief, this realization. Well, no, get off my raspberries, cat. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this person is emailing. I don't know if it's Nat or whatever. So then and she followed this up then today with an attachment email, and it says voice note to show it's really me. I haven't listened to it yet, though. I don't like to open shit like that up on my computer. I'll do that on my phone, like on public Wi-Fi or something. But then she followed that up again with some information that possibly only she and I would know or whatever. Well, I'm thinking it's information that she knows I haven't told anyone else about. And she's right, because I haven't. Mostly because I didn't want anyone else to know the truth, and that's why I haven't said anything. Now, I know if Nat herself ever told anyone anything regarding this, she very well could have, and everyone could really know about it. And this doesn't necessarily prove anything, and neither does the voice note, as far as I'm concerned. Like I would be more comfortable with like a live conversation, but I don't really care to enter one either, really. So I'm more inclined to believe that the first email was not, in fact, Nat, the one I received yesterday. And I think it's I think if anyone really has the Nat persona actually behind an email, it is likely to be this one as opposed to yesterday's. But I'm not even really sure any of them have that. Let's be honest. But what I find interesting, though, is if this person is the net persona or whatever, and yesterday's was not. Well, why is someone pretending to be her yesterday to email me the information they emailed me? I don't know. I don't have any, I'm not leaning or being swayed anywhere regarding that. Like, this could be the reason or that could be the reason. I really have no fucking clue or idea. And I don't foresee myself deducing one either. There's way too much shit here that's untrustworthy and involved that you really can't do anything with it. So, but I just wanted to share that. That's all. That's all. I found that interesting. Oh, I'm so annoyed with you, Kat. No, you're not going to get up here. Stop it. No. I'm waiting for Mike to get her food, so hopefully she'll leave me alone for a little while. But, so there's that. Let me check out chat, and then I'm going to head on over to this thread I'd like to discuss. Thread, D, not T. Hi, Megan. Stop it. Check your DMs, Aaron. Okay. I'm guessing you mean Facebook. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh. I have no idea. I don't think it's concerning though. I think it's resolved already. So all right, let me head on over here to. So is everyone a member of the subreddit, the WAB subreddit? If not, you familiar with each other or any of this nonsense? I didn't even mean to, no pun intended there, buddy. I suggest you check it out because there's some interesting shit on there as of yesterday. So let me go ahead and share screen. Okay, so this is on the subreddit. Someone's posted screenshots from Balls's Instagram post. This post from Balls was also on Twitter, though. And in the screenshots was screenshots or captures of Katie Joy's Instagram post concerning Steve McRae. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read through all of this just so everyone is caught up or whatever. And of course, I click on that, opens up in a tab. Okay, so the first screenshot says, "Your math isn't mathing. The year 2023, years 2018. No contact since 2019. Wait, what? That's not true. Is it? Oh no, maybe they didn't have contact in 20. All right. No contact wanted. No contact needed. I've never lost a lawsuit. There were multiple CPS calls and numerous police calls, all documented. I'm not interested in engaging with a mentally ill, dangerous man who can't get over that. I won't apologize to them for what they did and said to me. I never helped anyone steal a channel. I never had access to anyone's channel other than mine. Imagine being this obsessed with someone, not giving you what you want, that you spend 4+ years harassing them. It's hysterical. This man claims that I have been sued and defamed. I have been, and defamed everyone. See, that sentence does not flow right for me. One of the names he claims I defamed is literally in prison for what I reported about them. I love how she words that. She tries to make it sound like she put them in prison through her reporting, through her award-winning sleuthing. She's what landed them in federal prison. That's funny. The others settled, and no defamation ever liable. Every accusation he makes about me is a projection. I just feel bad for the women he's lying to and convincing them they are on a mission to rid me, the biggest existential threat to humanity. I don't care. It's hilarious. And boy, that must have really, really got to her. She remembers that exact insult. That's funny. Dude, your life and entire MO is sad and pathetic. I can't go over to that. Okay, go back here. Okay, so this is screenshots of Balls's post on Instagram. Katie accused Steve of sexual harassment, and because Minnesota is a horrible state for defendants and so costly, she got a TRO against him, and they could not speak of each other for 2 years. Steve never did anything to Katie, never met Katie in real life. He said the word penis, and that made Katie uncomfortable. And I'm of the argument that he didn't even do that. I'm just throwing that out there. And that made Katie uncomfortable. It was all she needed to use the legal system to silence him. In my next post, I will show how Katie also said inappropriate things over the video that was the catalyst for her TRO against him. There is no active RO on Steve, and the entire Facebook group has the right to have commentary over the public figure that is without a crystal ball. Katie's posts and shit go on to say, I have asked you to leave me alone. Stop contacting me through third-party flying monkeys and stop harassing me. Now, it's funny that, you notice how she said flying monkeys there? I just want to point that out. She said it. She said it there because this is going to be relevant shortly. It does not matter that I'm a quote public figure. You know this is personal for you, and you have harassed me, and I have told you for 4 years to leave me alone. Is this how you get someone to leave you alone, sis? I don't think that's what's going to happen. I mean, I don't think Steve was really going to. I don't know. I don't think he gives a shit either way. But I mean, if you really want someone to leave you alone, like this is the definite way to not go about it. Just throwing it out there. I understand that harassing me makes you money. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. I mean, why else waste all of your time and energy on one human being? Why do that when you could waste it all on a family of human beings like the Duggars? You want all the subs and all the money you can strip from me. I'm sorry, what do you mean strip from you? And what, he wants to take your money and steal it? Because that's what you just said there. Does he want to make money from people watching his content, or does he want to steal your money? Do you think that people watch his content, they're then not going to watch you, and therefore he gets your money? I mean, there's more than just the two of you on YouTube. You realize that, right? You do, right? I'm shocked none of your minions ever question your idiotic stories about me. No, we do. But then we get answers. And we learn the answers to our questions, and we no longer have questions. That's how this shit works when you actually show proven evidence and you actually answer questions rather than, I don't know, project on people. Make stories about me. Do you want one of them to kill me? Well, that escalated very quickly, didn't it now? Holy shit. And this isn't the first time Katie's made such a similar kind of reference. Back in, I believe it's 2021, she put a tweet out there saying, regarding the people who allegedly, like, I don't know, armed Nat or whatever with the information and shit. That's what I mean by armed. But back then, what was it Katie said in a tweet? I believe they wanted me killed or something like that. I believe they wanted to see me murdered. It was the M word she used on that one. So, boy, sis, you can fantasize about people wanting you dead all you want, but nobody really wants that. Like, we're not going to play into your sick, twisted fantasy world here, okay? You're going to have to find someone else to play your twisted games. Sorry. Is that the end goal here? Because that's the trajectory you are on, and you almost accomplished with that UK woman you never spoke to, but all your minions did speak to. If that's true, that he claims he didn't speak to her, but his minions did, well, then they would still hang true that he never spoke to her, right? So what do you mean you claim? You set that sentence up as though you're going to debunk it. But if anything, you help confirm it. You realize that, right? Anyway, and really, so how is it that talking with Nat almost got you removed from this earth? Seriously, how? How did that happen? And it's so weird how she keeps wanting to bring it back around to that. Like it's like she really wants people. She wants people to think that other people want to see that kind of harm brought to her. Like back when this shit came down and everything with Natalie, I think this was in 2022 though, maybe I think. It was revealed allegedly that Natalie's aunt, allegedly her aunt, was this woman from the UK who was in jail for killing her kid. Well, Katie jumped right on that shit and she put that shit way out there. Like, see, this is why I'm scared, because this could be, like she didn't say this could be me, but that was the general feeling consensus of it. I've never in my life seen anyone desperately want that to be true so much and like almost get giddy out of it. I mean, man, I thought I was a fucking masochist, but holy shit. Anyway, moving on. Next screenshot. Y'all, this is wild. Without a crystal ball is accusing a man who she falsely accused of sexual harassment of wanting to kill her. Love Steve or hate Steve. All he does is tell the story of what Katie Joy Paulson did to him. Like she accused a man of art, like she ruined a JW life? Jehovah's Witness? Oh, yeah, her Dean. Okay. Like she ruined a Jehovah's Witness's life and smiled when she told the story. This is what she does. There are no lies. We report. I'm not a reporter, but you get what I mean. What money does Steve make? Does Charlotte make? I can tell you that I've been approached by people who want me to start a PayPal or buy me a coffee, and I said no. I'm not in this for money. I don't want to get paid over the pain Katie causes other people. So her argument that people do this solely to make a wage is categorically false. I do want to make money. I'll be honest. I do. I don't want to make money so badly, though, that I'm talking about shit I don't care about or I'm disinterested in, or I'm coming from a position that I don't agree with. So I want to make money, but not that badly. But either way, everyone has a right to make money here. If they can. I'm all for it. Even Katie. Get the fuck out of my raspberries. But it's when you start letting the money dictate everything that it might become a problem. And there was one screenshot. Okay, so there. Now people should hopefully be caught up on what this thread is about. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but there's someone's comments in here that I do kind of want to read, because this shit's crazy. Now, remind you, this is the Without a Crystal Ball subreddit. Okay, now just so you know, right here, the general description of it: a 5-course meal of Without a Crystal Ball, featuring a fruit salad of fans, a bowl of opinion soup, and clout-chasing appetizers, served with tepid frenemy tea and hypocrisy pie. Not affiliated with Katie, opinions expressed here are the sole opinion of the OP, original poster. Basically, this is a subreddit to kind of mock her hypocrisy and her contradictions. You get the gist of it. And to call her out on her shit, sort of. It's not here to be especially cruel or heinous. Of course not. But it's here, though, to not be bullshit. And that's how it's always been. This isn't a surprise to anyone. And so if someone comes into this and is trying to spread bullshit, they should know that they're going to be met with resistance, probably. So in the comment section, we have Find Us. That's a weird kind of name, isn't it? So Find Us says, Katie would not do this without a reason. I don't think this is a coincidence. She's talking about stalking and harassment. Why now? What has changed? She hasn't mentioned that person for years, but seems upset. Another woman has complained about stalking and harassment. A connection between the women? Is Katie helping the woman? I just noticed something. They actually used the correct spelling of women with each time. Well, I think find us is most definitely not Katie then. Anyway, someone said maybe this is because she was accused of harassing Lydia Bates. Yes, Katie was accused of that. Probably rightfully so. Find us says maybe translation. I'm not going to argue with you on that, but let me push the narrative on what I'm trying to push here and just tell you how you're wrong. And this is why it's happening, because this is what I want it to be. Get with the program, dude. Okay. But I think it's bigger than that. If you believe that you are harassed, it's not unlikely that you contact earlier victims. It's not unlikely? Well, then how come Katie didn't do that with Steve? How come Katie didn't contact any of his earlier victims? I'm pretty sure she tried, but she didn't succeed. Anyway. Katie managed to get a 2-year restraining order against him for online harassment. They actually never met in real life. It later got dismissed without prejudice, meaning they solved the dispute privately in a NDA. For a year, he didn't mention her name, but denied the NDA because it wasn't technically, well, I don't know, maybe it wasn't technically an NDA, but I don't know. We'll cover that later. Come on, dog. Wait a second. I'm going to have to yell. Okay, I think it's she's done barking now. All right, going back. Mentioning but denied the NDA. I find it unlikely that she would suddenly mention his name as a deflection. She has hardcore ignored him for years. No, not hardcore. No. Come on now. She's let some things here slip here and there. Just nothing too bad. Seems to be personal between these guys. My God, you think? Holy shit. No one ever made the conclusion before. Like, it's personal? That's some great insight you got there. Anyways, non sequitur show. I think we all know this is Steve by now, right? Steve says, evidence, please. Katie Joy never got a 2-year RO on me. She had a 2-week TRO, which was dropped. You are clearly lying, so I assume you are just her flying monkey. And here's the thing. I get what people will say. Well, no, technically that's true. And yeah, sure. Technically that's true in the sense that the initial RO that was granted, it would have lasted 2 years had Steve not responded. It would have been made into a permanent TR, 2-year TRO. Sure, that part's true. But that's a whole hell of a lot of other information leave out. And you're deliberately painting an incorrect picture while you are sitting back with full knowledge of what happened. You're not imparting that knowledge to those reading. You're not informing them all the information. You are framing it the way you want it to be framed, the way you want it to be taken, and the way you want it to be reiterated. That's deceitful. That's not being transparent. It's not. Why aren't you being transparent? Okay. So, you're clearly lying, so I assume you are just her flying monkey. Now, okay. So now there's 2 people who mentioned flying monkey. Katie mentioned it first in her Instagram post, and now here's Steve mentioning it in the subreddit. Wait a second. I think I'm being knocked upon. Someone's gonna be walking through here real quick just to leave for a second. So I'm just gonna mute this for now. Be back in a moment.
Another part was like for future reps, or I figured you'd be able to do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back and check chat here real quick before I get into this next reply or comment or whatever. Why am I?
I don't know.
Oh, anywhere, it doesn't matter. Here, let me take that. All right. Did I stop streaming or something? Okay, no, I'm there. All right. All right. I hate it. Like I come back to the stream page and like everything's like behind. You're gonna go bye-bye. I hope I didn't go bye-bye for long. Hi, Chad.
No,
hi, Dash.
Call and let me
Hey, Steve.
So I don't drive out there and you're not there. I'm on my way now, though. I can't.
Hey, Sarah. Edward.
Don't leave me.
Hi, Jen.
Thank you.
Okay, good. All right. So
because they are closed in 5 minutes.
Okay, so this next part here. Okay, so find us says this. Okay, there's a lot to unpack in this comment, but damn it, I got time. We're gonna do it. Have you forgotten that the order is published online? Nate, the lawyer. Okay, he put the order out in order to warn people of your behavior. Awareness. What more evidence do you need? I put it out too. Put the order out there online too, and I put all the evidence out there in a video. In fact, I'm going to link that in the description. So if you're watching this on the replay, check out the description, because then there you'll find the link to the video in which I put all of the evidence and everything out there. Because boy, that sure pissed off Katie when I did that. Like she threw a fit saying that was given out like illegally or some shit like that. It was supposed to be sealed or whatever. No, it wasn't. It wasn't, sis. Anyway, so. It says, are you saying the order is fake? That it wasn't your signature? No, he's saying that it was dropped. It was dropped in less than 2 weeks. That's what he's saying. So it's no longer an effective order. It's not you admitting to stalking and harassment. Okay. The only order that they had, or that Katie had against Steve, was the temporary order. And Steve didn't have to admit to anything for that order to be enacted or whatever, created, whatever, signed. Steve found out about the order after that had already happened. So where is he admitting to anything? And unless you're talking about the NDA that that this person had already referenced and said that, oh, but Steve wouldn't talk on it. He wouldn't even admit that there was an NDA. Well, then where the fuck did Steve admit to anything according to you? Like, where did you see this then? Like, you know, if the NDA was not allowed to be spoken on, then how would you know anything about it? But you are able to learn about the NDA now. Now you are. Well, ever since I put it up there, and that video I'll be linking in the description. So, and you can see exactly what Steve admitted to or not. And I want to point out too that this NDA was an agreement entered into by both parties to adhere to the same set of guidelines. Both of them. So if Steve admitted to anything, well, then that would mean Katie admitted to it as well, right? Right? Anyway. Otherwise, there would be no NDA. It's just stupid to lie when basically the entire community read the order. How you dare to? Okay, I can't read that. Under advisement, I can't read. You need to realize that just because you say or believe something doesn't make it true. People will always choose truth before you. What? What are you talking about? People will always choose truth over you. Like, you realize people lie to themselves all the time, right? Because they don't want to, like, I don't know, let go or not be with in other people. People lie to themselves. Okay, how many times has one of us been in a relationship where we just lied to ourselves about every red flag? Okay, this is the stupidest fucking sentence I think I've ever read in my life. Anyway, people value the truth more than picking any sides. What? So ride or die isn't a thing? Is that it? Is that it? Like, I mean, but no, there's people can't ride or die though, Jen, because they will pick the truth over other people every time. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. Wait, I gotta mute for a second. I can't hear you when you whisper.
Oh, yeah, you told me.
Okay. All right. So then, people value the truth more than picking any sides. If not, you are a simp. Okay. You're a simp. Wow. So if you're a ride or die, you're a simp. There was nothing temporary with the RO. Then, okay, answer me this then. If Steve never showed up to his hearing when it was scheduled, would a new order then have to be signed? I honestly don't know the answer to this. I don't usually ask questions unless I already know the answer. I mean, that's just how I like to do things, but I don't seriously, honestly know the answer to this. So I'm just going to put it out there. If the answer is yes, a new order would have to be signed, well, then yeah, the first one was fucking temporary, right? Right. Anyway. You had to beg the judge to show your side, or you would have been perma-restrained for 2 years. Wouldn't it be semi-permanent then if it's only 2 years? Just saying. Yeah. Wouldn't it be permanent? But also, okay, so when Steve was made aware of this order, Steve was also informed that what his rights were, and his rights entailed having the opportunity to request and attend a hearing in which he then disputed the things that were said in this order. So he was informed of this. He was told this. Man, he's a fucking brown nosing beggar that would to fucking read his order and be told what his rights were. I mean, well, it's not criminal. It's right. Well, it's a civil proceeding though. It's not criminal, so Miranda, I don't think applies.
But it does. Like, it's not. We're not going to say it, but it does apply.
Well, yeah, no, he still has to be informed of his rights. Yeah, no. So, yeah, apparently Steve had begged for that. That was as a result of Steve begging. Oh, yeah, all right, yeah, cool. Yeah,
There you go.
thank you. I know. Okay.
I can't believe I did it in the end. Court.
Court. So I had, yeah. So it's funny though how that was determined to be begging. According to the judge. Oh, according to the judge now? According to the judge. Okay, this would be good. Based on evidence of online harassment, she never claimed you met in real life. That is definitely open for, that's a, that's a valid argument. I think that it could be either or, because she didn't specify what she meant by when she said when we were alone in the same room. That could very well be determined and be interpreted as alone physically together in the same room or in a chat room, whatever. But I mean, especially most judges are like kind of like, oh, I don't know, boomers pretty much. They're going to think an actual room. So, but that might have been the intent. I don't know. Allegedly, my opinion. According to the judge, based on online harassment or evidence of online harassment, you put her in immediate and present danger. So he perma-restrained you for 2 years without, again, that's not perma. That's not perma. Because you can actually, in the state of Minnesota, you can actually get a longer restraining order. You can. You really can. So it's definitely not permanent. Without even hearing your side ex ante. It was a so-called emergency order. But was it an emergency order or not? You said it's so-called emergency order. If it's, what else is so-called? I mean, if you're going to make that argument, you might want to exhibit like, or put on display a little bit more confidence in the argument, because you don't sound like you're very confident there. And if you don't sound confident in your argument, no one else is going to buy it. Nothing temporary about it. Okay, you see all these other freaking letters you're typing in this long ass message. You really can't write out the word about. You have to do ABT. Like, this ain't Twitter. Okay? Nope. No. Why do you have to keep confirming this for yourself? Nothing temporary about it. Nope. No. Okay. You want to say it a few more times? Maybe then everyone will believe you. It was a HRO valid for 2 years, not a TRO valid only a couple weeks. You then made it. Okay, you just keep repeating the same shit here over and over again. Like, how many times do I have to read you say it's not a temporary order, it's a fucking 2 year whatever order? I mean, just like, I don't know, find something else for substance, I guess, or to take up space. Well, we don't know who this is. I assume it's she. Yes, I think you're right in that assumption as well, but we don't really know who it is. Oh yeah, oh, for this stream. Okay, yeah. She showed her ass.
Oh, where's her ass? I haven't seen it.
You then made a deal with Katie instead of defending yourself. This is a lot. If you hadn't made a deal, you would probably have been permanently restrained for 2 years due to strong evidence. Wait a minute. But I thought Katie already had that perma restraint for 2 years, right? If she already had that, that was already in the bag. Why the fuck did Katie have to reach out to Steve for a settlement or for an agreement, then to drop the order? If she already has the ideal thing, the thing that she covets, the thing that she wants, why is she going to settle for something less than that? Think about that. Unless what she had was, in fact, a temporary fucking order. She knew she wasn't going to get the permanent one. So she said she gave it a shot. She made another offer. And Steve, I mean, I don't agree with Steve's decision here. And looking back on it, I'm pretty sure Steve doesn't agree with his decision there any longer. But at the time, I don't blame him, because this was happening in another state, first of all, during COVID. She had the money, it seemed, to fight this out for a little while anyways. Steve wasn't really in the position to do that. In fact, he was busy in one lawsuit already fighting for his channel that his channel partner had taken from him. So, you know, I don't blame him. He saw an out here, and all he had to do was not talk negatively about her for a year. And in return, she had to adhere to the same agreement, which she did. I don't blame him for this at all. If I were in his shoes, knowing what he knew then, and looking at things the way he looked at things then, I would have probably made the same decision. So I don't blame her. I don't blame him. Anyway, you would have been permanently restrained for 2 years due to strong evidence. If the evidence was that fucking strong, she wouldn't have yet needed to settle. And the permanent restraint would have already been there. It wouldn't have been having to be fought over in a hearing. This is not me speaking. The evidence is telling us that. Okay, let's talk about, okay, The evidence is telling you that. Well, the evidence from what I just read from your words here, your text, tells me that she did not, in fact, have a 2-year perma restraint order against him if she settled with him before the court hearing. Why would she do that if she already had what she wanted? So maybe you should pay a little bit more attention to the evidence, or even what the fuck you're saying. Even. That's the beauty with evidence and court procedures. There's a space between that. There's not a compound word, you know. The law is very clear. The law is really that clear. Yeah, when is law clear? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not room for free interpretations. Then why the fuck do we have court where people argue? If it's not open for interpretation and for you to make an argument to explain your interpretation, why the fuck do we have a court there where people do exactly just that? Especially not from the guilty party. Listen, boo, everyone has the same right in a court of law. Or this is civil court, sure, but regardless, in a court, everyone has the same right. Okay, not the guilty party, the innocent party. If you're in court disputing something, there is no such thing as a guilty or innocent party yet. Not until after there's been judgment. And this is civil. So it's not even guilty or innocent. It's I don't know, for ruling and against ruling. I don't fucking know it. I don't know what you. Yeah, for pro con. I don't know. You forget that there are many OG subs. What, subscribers? I think that that's what I think that means subscribers. No, it just means a few text. Well, maybe it does for this person. I don't know who it is, so I can't.
Any OG one. I didn't know.
You know this is public, right? There are many OG subs in the community. We saw and remember everything. Doesn't mean we support Katie, question mark. I love that, but doesn't mean we support Katie, question mark. Do you know if you support her or not? Because it sounds like you are unsure if you do. Sounds like it sounds like you're not sure. Would you support her or not? Or you? I don't know.
Supporting evidence from what I heard.
Yeah,
because that is all circumstantial.
Oh, here I'm gonna mute this and I'm gonna turn the camera off just for a second. I'm gonna give her a hand carrying. Okay, 1 second, guys. Just waiting for her to come back in. I just gotta hand her a box. Then I'll be back. But it's raining out. I don't want to go outside and walk over to the car. All right. Well, I'll see her walking up. Okay, so Especially not from the guilty part. Okay. You forget that there are many OG subs in the community. We saw remember everything. Doesn't mean we support Katie. And no, we don't work for Katie or are a spy, LOL, LOL, or a flying monkey or a Steve hater. That defense of yours makes you look paranoid. Oh, so it makes him look paranoid. But Katie's just like, what, the picture of fucking perfect mental health when she uses it? Okay, whatever. Or desperate to discredit people. Well, now that sounds like the reason why Katie probably uses it. The desperation, discrediting people, you know. People can observe and have an opinion. Can they, though? I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, how technically they can, and legally they're like protected and supposed to be able to. But in the world of YouTube, I don't think very many people agree with that statement, unless it's them talking, of course. Then they're allowed, you know, but you're not. At least that's what I'm experiencing. That's what I think many others are experiencing. It's ridiculous. All right, now I'm going to pause this for a second. Look, she's coming up to the door. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. All right. Oh, she gave me chocolate. I forgot. Okay. Hating everyone, LOL, meaning be skeptical and value the truth, integrity and fairness. Shocking, right? What? That's not I don't know. That's not a complete sentence. I don't even know what the fuck you're trying to say there. Okay. Anyways, the point is, yes, please get to the mother loving fucking point already. The point is that people trust objective evidence, not your word. I ain't seen you fucking present a piece of evidence yet, objective or otherwise. You have presented nothing. You've referenced maybe somebody else put out there on social media, but you don't even provide any kind of way to access that. You just speak of it existing somewhere on Twitter. Okay. But it's sometimes interesting to see the spin which ends. Does that mean it's extra spin? How far? Look, I don't support a ton of things Katie has done. Is there anyone that supports doxing? She deserves criticism. Unless it comes from you, Steve. Then she doesn't. But I'm not into canceling others or myself. Hate and harassment. Me being critical of your behavior is no Katie endorsement. I try to keep the same energy. Now, you're going to see my comments below, but I'm just going to go ahead and commentate with my comments, basically. No, you being critical of Steve is not at all an endorsement of Katie. Nobody thinks it is. What's clearly an endorsement of Katie is this entire comment where you are endorsing Katie's behavior. That's the Katie endorsement. So yeah, you're just using this endorsement of Katie's behavior to comment Steve. Former victims of harassment have publicly spoken out. They have. If I was doing a video, I totally would have put it like the crickets, like sound for in there. They are credible because credible people always need people to vouch for the credibility. And your own behavior has exposed you more than you realize. Free speech has limitations. It does? What are those limitations exactly? Because I would argue that then it wouldn't be considered free speech. It wouldn't fall under the guise of free speech. It would fall under something like inciting, hateful, whatever, threatening. It wouldn't be free speech. But I'm curious to know what other people's beliefs are on what those limitations are. Katie needs to work on that as well. Look, no one, dude, you're not a referee here. You don't need to come in and like fucking play fair, folks. You know, especially when you come in and you're clearly not playing for yourself. But like, no one asked you, boo. You don't have to be here. You don't have to do this. You have no right to cross boundaries, even if you feel that you are a victim. Motherfucker. Even if you feel that you're a victim. Well, what more does one need to be considered a victim, if not to just simply feel victimized? It's not enough? Is that what you're saying? Holy shit. Because I can't help but to think of all the times, now for granted I'm a little bit older, but all the times growing up, like especially when I was a teenager and shit, early 20s and 20s, when someone, especially if they were in the public eye, they came out and they accused someone else of abuse or assault or something like that, and everyone just tried to cut them down for it, you know, try to discredit, try to smear them in some way. It's a good thing that, it's a good thing, I guess, they simply feeling like a victim wasn't enough, right? Because that's what happens. They just felt like a victim. Wait a second. She left something here, apparently. I need to have that shit put in my keys or something. Awesome. You lose some, whatever. It's like find my iPhone for like any object you want. Okay, even if you feel that you're a victim. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. No one has a right to cross boundaries, but what are these boundaries exactly? What? Speaking out in defense of oneself? Offering evidence and arguments against claims made toward your character? That's crossing a boundary now? Like, okay, what are these people's arguments really about what Steve did? Is it because, well, he was so aggressive about it? Okay, so being aggressiveness is now against the law. Okay. Huh. Or, well, he just didn't stop. He just kept doing it. Well, I mean, he probably responded to something. Or he probably did it every time he saw something, and he was probably responding every time he saw something. So it wasn't wrong for Katie to keep putting this shit out there every time. Like, that's okay. So long as, but he can't respond to it, because then that's just too much. That's crossing boundaries. Here's the thing. It's not illegal for him to speak out against claims made about him. It's not illegal for him to provide evidence or to just keep fighting back over shit. That's not illegal. So it's not a boundary that's of any legal matter. Now, was it maybe wise of him to do this so much? No, maybe not. I don't know. I think there's arguments to be had either way. I don't blame him for doing it. I completely understand him doing that. I can't even say that I would have done anything different, but that doesn't mean I would have been right either. I'm just saying, it maybe not being the best way every time to go about things does not make him a horrible person or a shit person or a guilty fucking party here. No, it doesn't. And I think you know that, though. Victimhood does not justify abuse. You're right. You're right. You're actually very right with that. I'm so glad you said that, because I have a feeling that this is going to come up again. It's pretty much impossible to feel bad for you as a victim when you torment others. Torment. Okay, listen, I know Steve can be annoying. I do know this, but I don't know if I go as far as call it torment. I couldn't not say that. Seriously though, disputing bullshit claims is not torment. Well, maybe it is to the person trying to pass off the lies, I guess, but whatever. I'm going to take a break here for a second. I want to check chat. Also heard an alert. I don't know who it was or what it was. It doesn't look like there's anything though. Okay, good. This is still playing. Why is it doing that there? That was weird. Hey, country girl Brenda. Hey, the rabbit hole bedtime. All right, so here's what I'm going to do here. We're going to take just a little bit of a refresher, palate cleanser, whatever you want to word it, call it as, and I'm going to make it a cocktail. So that was our first cocktail that I just had. I don't think I'm going to finish it. It was very good, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. So the next one. All right, so this is called the Amaretto Martini. This sounded good. That it's supposed to be. Here's the thing: it's supposed to be made with peach nectar, but I couldn't find peach nectar. I found the closest thing I could find to it. I don't even know if it's really close to it, but apricot nectar. Does that sound like it'll be close? So I guess maybe it's kind of like an amaretto apricot martini. Let me see if this is even sweet. I don't know if I'm going to like this. Oh, I should like it. Okay. We're going to try it either way. So again, like I've said before, the best part of a good martini is the rim job. So we are going to, again, wet it down. I'm going to just use a little bit of the watermelon juice here because why not? And then, how's on there? Okay. You can wet it with water. It doesn't even have to be juice. Like, if you have one of those margarita things with the sugar and salt in it, it says lime juice is to be kept on top to make the glass wet, but I strongly suggest not using lime juice and just using water on this little sponge because lime juice gets gross if you forget about it. And it breeds fruit flies. So water may be your best bet, and it works just as good. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to just get that out for now. I dropped a piece to my thing. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now for this, I put the rim job on there. And I'm going to add ice. And this is, like I said, amaretto martini. So we're going to use 1 ounce amaretto. Here. 1 ounce amaretto. Well, actually, I'm going to do 1.5 ounces. I'm just going to fill this thing up. And then half ounce vodka, but I'll probably do like half of that thing. Where's my Tito's? There it is. Then half ounce simple syrup, which I have right here. Simple syrup is equal water and sugar. That's it. You can boil it to make it, or you can just put sugar and water in a bowl, whatever. You can stir it really. If you use hot water, like even from the tap, not even like boiling hot, just hot water from your sink and sugar, it will be all mixed in like within 2 minutes by stirring it. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you really need. Anyway, so it's at about 1/2 ounce. And then, I don't know. I don't think this is going to be good with the apricot nectar, but we'll find out. It says 4 ounces of peach nectar, but it's not peach, it's apricot. Looks kind of thick too. It does smell pretty good. And you're going to shake that and strain it. Actually, I don't need this anymore. Don't need that anymore either. Or this. Okay. I'm going to mute this while I shake. There we go. Why is my preferences trying to come up? Okay, and here we have it. Oh my God, that's good. I think peach would be better, but oh my God, apricot's just fine. Oh, that's really good. I can't wait to try the third one I'm making. This. I think that one's going to be my favorite. Watermelon. Okay. Let me check chat here, and then I'm going to go back to reading. Oh, it's really good. Okay. I'll say your name if I need you to listen. That's a very good question, Chad. Do I go live so I can drink, or do I drink so I can go live? Well, honestly, I don't really drink unless I'm going live. So I think I go live so I can drink. I don't drink every time I go live, but it's like every time I drink at home, I'm going live. So I guess it's one way to look at it. All I have is dirty soda tonight. Hey, Heels. All right, so getting back to the comment here, because this is the longest comment that they put up, right? I know. I get it. I do. All right. Where did I leave off? Your Twitter and channel is proof of that. Then how come like neither platform has removed his Twitter or channel? If he torments people with it, huh? Maybe what you are deeming as torment is just everyone else's everyday behavior when they're being accused of shit that they didn't do. I mean, I get how that can be perceived as torment or can feel like it's tormenting. I get that. Like, no one likes it when they try to like run a lie on someone and they get challenged. Fuck that. That's torment. Okay. I would not be okay. I can't read that under advisement. That would also explain why KJ lashed out. Okay, so KJ. So are you saying that Katie was talking about shit not her business? But that would explain that. That's understandable. That's excused. We get that. We understand that. Because even though, what was it you just said? Victimhood does not justify abuse. That's what you just said, right? Well, maybe this would explain why Katie lashed out. So you're saying that her perceived alleged victimhood would justify or explain away her abuse now, right? That's how I took that. I don't know. If that's not what you're saying, then you might want to just not say that then. But you ran to YouTube instead of authorities, harassment content, creating a problem instead of solving. Because you deserve everything you got coming to you if you add to the problem instead of solving the problem. Because only you can solve the problems online. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm sorry. Please tell me, how is this problem going to be solved? Tell me. Oh, I know. It'll be said, well, by not doing this or not saying this or not talking poorly about someone or whatever, or however it is they want to word it. Okay. So that's going to solve everything. You're going to get everyone on the internet to solve the problem by no longer adding to it. Good luck with that. This is human nature, dude. Everyone talks about people. People talk about people. People gossip. Get over it. Accept it. Stop trying to control it for everyone. Holy shit. Like, aren't you tired? I mean, policing the internet of the world, it's got to be exhausting. I just want to say something here about a private person or whatever. I know I don't know what the legal argument is or whatever on this, but well, I know what one legal argument is anyways, but I read something interesting earlier, how it's being argued that if you are even on a social media platform and you are talking on it, then you can be considered a public person and be spoken about to a degree. I found that interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I buy into it so much, but I think it's a discussion worth having. See, everything has happened in public, so people have opinions. That happens when you put yourself out there. I agree with that. You know, even if people don't like Katie, they are still against hate and harassment. It's wrong when Katie fucks up, and it's wrong when you do. Same energy, individual responsibility, and accountability. Okay, why don't you face some of yours then? Because boy, are you fucking accountable for a lot of this bullshit that you're trying to spread here. A lot. And more too. We'll see that in a minute. You do not have a free pass to do whatever because you hate someone. Oh, you don't? Because you were just kind of using that to like explain away lashing out, right? So is it just when the person has a penis, they don't have that free pass? Does the penis block the pass? That's what I want to know. Or I'm not going to get too crass there. I'll leave that alone. Pretty simple, really. Integrity. Funny, because I don't know. You say integrity, but I kind of think you mean hypocrisy. I think you're getting those two confused. So here I ask, what order? Katie dropped her petition for an order and agreed to the same exact terms as Steve. I guess that means Katie also admitted to the same exact things as Steve. And Steve, it would have been 2 years if I had not requested a hearing, which I did, and it was dropped. Nate is the one who gave Kyle the plan to, okay, I don't you care about to read all that, but I want to just point out here, all of these links here. Look at all these links. Of course you didn't, as there wasn't any actual evidence, as she does what she always does, made it up. Of course, that doesn't mean that doesn't matter to you. However, I keep records for all to see, and then you see all these links here. All these links. Okay. I'm not going to read about the other stuff because I've spent, I'm under. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Katie herself. I'll talk, no evidence. Thought crossed my mind. Okay, my comment. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe my comment was removed. I haven't refreshed this. So, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm not going to read my comment though. You guys can. I already said most of my comment in my commentating now, so we don't need to go over this really. Although I do want to read one part right down here. Note to self: when Katie or other lolcows online share their thoughts on others, it's justified. Free speech, standing up for oneself, fighting back, being assertive, etc. When the penis owners do it, this is harassment, abuse, defamation, criminal, etc. No man talking shit about me has ever made me feel or look as weak and pathetic as these women have by showing such hypocrisy and inability to allow others, especially men, to do a fraction of the same things they do every single day to others online. You are being held to a different, Steve, is you I'm referencing. You are being held to a different set of standards as Katie, case in point. But you ran to YouTube instead of authorities, harassment content, creating a problem instead of solving. You must be the solver of all things problematic online, dude. How dare you address the public and give statement to your experience when you should be doing what they are doing, going real life involving authorities and attempting to create real life, long-term consequences for doing and saying things that, though not illegal and in fact are legally protected, were not nice and upset some women online. That type of hypocrisy is reserved for them, the victim causing victims. Anyway. And then as you scroll down, wait, I didn't like, oh, no, someone else liked that. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no, here we go. Talk less, show evidence. Anyone having an independent opinion is a flying money. Maybe it is, Katie. At least people can see that. Oh, he didn't show any evidence? Is that what you're saying? Because as I responded here, those sentences in Steve's reply that are underlined are these shortcuts online called links. They are provided to assist you in seeing proof and evidence for the things that are claimed in the message text. Simply click on them and read. And if you see more underlined sentences on those pages, try clicking on them as well. But you should know information is likely to follow. Seeing this might prove it more difficult to remain ignorant on the facts. Be sure to know what it is you wish to gain from this reading. If it isn't facts, then you might want to think twice about clicking on links. I was totally being a smart ass there. Absolutely, yes. And condescending. Sarcastic. And yeah. Oh, look at that. More links. I haven't read any more of these comments, so I don't know. Oh, this one. I'd also like to add that you look a bit ignorant when you deny the use of Violence Against Women Act is the cornerstone against stalking and harassment. Okay, the Violence Against Women Act. From what I mean, it's been a while since I read about this, and I'm not a lawyer, so just take it with 2 grains of salt with those 2 aspects there. But from what I read about it, especially, I think it's federally, but I read about more so from the point of view as Minnesota. So from what I understood is that there are special protections that are granted or, I don't know, offered, whatever, to the petitioner for harassment orders. But most of them only apply to those situations where it's like a business, or it's like an employer-employee situation, or a landlord or tenant situation, or it was a domestic partner situation. That's where the majority of these special protections come into play. But there is one blanketed protection that comes into play as a result of the Violence Against Women Act that absolutely was involved and was applied for this situation. And that special protection is that if you have our harassment order or an RO in one state, it is recognized by all the other states. That's the protection that Katie, that's the extra protection that Katie was granted in this situation at this time due to the Violence Against Women Act, is that her order would be recognized in all 50 states and territories in the US. So, yeah. That's what they're pointing out. I want to just make that clear. So, all right. Not sure. You even say this right here, that that's what that's about. Federal law applies online. So, okay. There's no difference. Okay. The Violence Against Women Act, the majority of that, when you say it applies online, it means that it covers also online behavior. But the whole like inspiration, I guess you could say, for that being written wasn't solely or strictly or even primarily due to only online behavior. That was included but that wasn't the cause of this. It was more or less to offer protect. From what I recall reading, it was to offer these protections to people who are undocumented, like people who are like in a domestic relationship, or people who are tenants who rent spaces from people. Like, this is the reason why it was created. Steve and Katie were in none of those relationships with each other, none. So the whole driving force behind the Violence Against Women Act doesn't even apply to this situation. However, because it is in fact an act, and it is in fact whatever enacted or whatever, I'm not sure of the English terms for all of this, I'll be honest. Because of that, the one part that could be applied was applied, and that's that her order would be recognized by all the states and territories. Actually, I don't know if it's territories. I just assume it is. Also, why are you claiming that Katie is saying that she was harassed in real life? Well, she sure as hell didn't go out of her way to make sure that the judge knew that it wasn't real life. You know, she even said that he abused my son. Huh. I mean, yeah. It's almost looks like she purposely made it look like something without saying it was that something. So maybe, sorry, the fire alarm's going off. Maybe she didn't come right out and say that, but she definitely let the implication hang there in the air for all to view. But when you read the order, it's clear that she wanted protection from online abuse. Really, I don't think that it's clear that that's one of the things she wanted protection from, but actually it wasn't even protection. What she said was, I just want him to stop talking about me online. That's what it was. It wasn't like, I want him to stop threatening me. I want him to stop contacting my friends or whatever, trying to ruin my life or trying to do this or that. I just want him to stop talking about me online. That's what she said in several different places. So, yeah. Are you saying these things because you assume no one reads the order? We can read that. You know, we can read it. Or that people don't care because this is about KJ. I'm telling you, most people value the truth. Oh, now it's just most people. It's just most people. Okay. Only the most hateful, a minority, doesn't. Really? It's a minority that you think is hateful? Doesn't care. Again, ride or die. What the fuck? Now, I'm not saying people don't value the truth. Of course they value the truth. Of course. But people are biased. You know, they are. We are. Bias is sometimes going to, I don't know, interrupt that truthful valuing of ours. I don't think anyone appreciates untruths. Well, why does it have to be they either appreciate the truth or they appreciate untruths? Maybe they just don't really care. Did they ever respond to mine? Oh, wait, I got to refresh it. You know, I read a couple of people taking guesses at who Find Us is. I'm going to have to disagree with what I read. I'm thinking it might be Spackle. I don't care. I think it might be Spackle. Just the language, the cliches and shit used, the rhetoric. Oh wait, isn't that her quote? What was her quote again? Let me get to my Twitter because I have it as mine. I don't have facts. I have rhetoric. That's Spackle's quote. Something must have happened for her to break silence. You know, I think you're right there. There, though, Spackle. I'm just going to go ahead and call you Spackle. I don't give a shit. My opinion. It's my opinion. I'm not saying it definitively. Giving my opinion that I think that that's Spackle. So, Spackle. I do agree with you. I think something must have happened for her to break silence. Katie, that is. but I think we might disagree on what this something is. I think that throughout this discovery process with her 7M lawsuit, that some shit's at risk of possibly coming out about her and some of the actions she's taken online over the past couple years, or at least over the past like year and a half anyways, whether that be like buying subs, buying likes, or employing bot armies or such. I don't know. I really, sky's the limit on what that could be. But I do think that it's something along that lines, and that shit is at risk of coming out. Now, whether or not it will come out or not, I don't know. I'm going to, if I was to bet in women, I'd say yeah, I do think it will, but when, who knows. But most everything comes out eventually, you know. So, and I think that's what has Katie worried. So I think she's trying to rewrite the narrative now before it gets out. So she'll have this backstory all propped up and ready and prepared, and possibly even pushed a little bit already. I think that's what's happened. My opinion. I got nothing to base this on other than just instinct, gut, whatever. And my instinct's not always right. It's not. All right. I think I don't want to go into reading everyone else's comments. Really, I just want to do like find us. I'm sorry, Spackle, I mean. Allegedly, maybe, my opinion. All right. I'm going to get over here to chat. And I've been streaming for an hour and a half now. So I think I'm going to make the last drink and then start to wrap it up. This is really good. I didn't think I liked this one, but this is really good. I like this one. All right. Probably a good idea to wrap it up after this next drink because I don't know how much sobriety I'll have left in me. No. I still have a lot though maybe not. All right, so this one is the watermelon martini cocktail. I'm not putting salt in it. It's calling for salt. I don't like how it. Oh, it's saying put salt and sugar on the rim. Huh. I didn't even see that. Well, we're just going to stick with the sugar. So, again, prepare your glass for the rim job. Shit, I got too much of it that time. All right, so just wet it. Put it in the sugar. Voila. Okay. I have to wipe everything down when I'm done. It's all sticky over here now. Drives me nuts, but I'll get over it for now. Ice in the shaker. Okay. All right, and we have vodka. Oh, I wasn't done with the Tito's. My bad. All right, so, oh wow, this can't, what? This got to be making like several drinks. Is that serving size 1 though? What size of a martini glass are they using that is going to hold like 10 ounces? That has to be several. Okay, so I have to try and bring this down a little. All right, I'll cut it in half. So 1 1/4 ounce vodka. So almost this. There we go. Yeah, I know I still had a little bit of peach juice in there. That's why it's a little orange, but it'll just add to this one, I think. And then the next ingredient is you can use limoncello or orange liqueur. I don't have limoncello, I'm not a big fan of limoncello at all. So I'm using my orange liqueur D'Amore. If I can open it. Oh, I can. Yay. So same amount, about, or equal parts as the one you used before. So about 1 1/4. Then it says 1 ounce fresh lime juice, but I cut that down. So we're going to do about 1/4 of fresh lime juice. And then, so just put that in half, just about. So about 3 ounces of fresh watermelon juice, which I did make fresh watermelon juice. I went out and bought a couple watermelon wedges and I strained them. I don't know how much of it I had though. We'll see. I might put a little bit of the other stuff in there too. So doing 3, like 2 of these. All right, I'm going to hold off on using that and see how this tastes first. I don't like how that smelled. I mean, it's good. It's not bad or whatever, but it just doesn't smell like it's going to taste very good. So then you shake it and you strain it. Let me mute. Okay, so there we have it. Oh, that's good. I don't know about the orange liqueur there, though. I think you could go without it, or go with very little of it. It's not a very strong watermelon flavor, though. I don't like that. What would be a good idea, I think, is instead of using the orange liqueur, would be to use like a watermelon liqueur, like a watermelon puckers. I think would be really good, but not a lot of it. I would still use a very minimal amount of that, but I think that would be just a little bit of extra you would need. I think then it would be perfect. So anyway, and I'll try and remember to put the ingredients and stuff in the description. I'm not very good at doing that though. Holy shit! Oh my god! Thank you so much for the super sticker, Flying Mom Laura. Oh my god! Thank you. Yeah. See, the thing is too, Steve, like when I first came into this community or whatever, first met you, all you guys, like there was pretty much the assertion from much of the community was that it's all about Steve. They just want to discredit Steve. It was all about getting Steve. And when I first heard that, I thought, ain't no one want to get to anyone that badly, especially Steve, And I thought, okay, let's not get carried away here. Okay, it's not that bad. It took about a week maybe for me to just realize how fucking ignorant I was. Like, holy shit. It isn't. Like I think you all were underplaying it, if anything. I think it's worse than that. I've never I've seen people be like the butt of the joke for a long time. Even like still 20 years later, if you see someone who was the butt of the joke back then, they still are. You know what I mean? And that's not harassment. I get that, but it's not cool though. Still, I've seen this shit go on for a long time. Is my point. And like that weird kid in kindergarten who was picked on all the time was still that weird kid in senior year that was picked on all the time. And it's not right, and it sucks. It's bullshit. I agree. But I've never seen any shit like I've seen lately or the past few years online that against Steve anyway. Like I've never seen anyone bullied like this. I've never seen anyone deliberately like intending to be pushed to a very bad place. I've never seen anyone want to destroy someone else so badly before. And it's an obsession. Like this isn't this it defies all reason. It defies all explanation. It defies everything. It doesn't make sense. Like I don't know. Like I seriously wonder if like Casey Anthony or whatever her name was it Kaylee or Casey? I forget which the mother was. I wonder if she's even seen this much harassment online. You know, I mean, this is how fucked up this harassment is that I've seen Steve get over and over and over again. And to be gaslit so fucking much, so much all the time. To be told, like here in this thread, Steve literally posted all these fucking links and shit. And then what's the person saying? Oh, look at you just talking about posting about sharing any evidence. Like you're gaslighting the fuck out of him. You're really? I mean, come on. And we're talking years now. Like Katie herself even said it. 5 years, dude. 5 years. We're going on 5 years. Now she wants to sit there and pretend like she's been the victim or whatever. Well, her channel's grown to what? Over 300,000 fucking followers now. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be hard for her to claim to be anyone's victim at this point. You know, when it comes to shit like this anyway. Because there's clearly an imbalance of power here, and all the power lies with Katie, in my opinion, because she's got the numbers, she's got the reach, she's got the platform, she's got money, she's got stupid money now. She ain't no one's victim, not even a little bit, not anymore, probably not, possibly not ever again. I don't know. It's crazy how she wants to pretend to be the victim. Like, I mean, I don't know. They could be like, if I don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to get what Katie has or whatever. I'm quite very happy. I love my life. I love everything about it. I love my job. I love it all. I'm fine. But if I had stupid money like that, and if I had stupid reach and platform and influence, the last fucking thing in the world I would be using it for is to paint myself as some kind of victim. I mean, like I said before at the beginning of the stream, and I thought I was a fucking masochist. Holy shit. No. It's the last thing in the world I would do. I don't get it. She could do anything with what she has right now. I mean, maybe not anything in the world, but there's a lot she could do with what she has right now. And I'm not saying to use it for the good or for like these righteous reasons. No, I'm not even talking that. She could do fun things. But instead she's doing this. I don't know. Something wrong there. Garlic is a food group. Oh my God, no. Wait, is Claire here? No, garlic is not a food group. I will die on that hill. See, years ago, it was like maybe 2009, around there, 2008, 2009. My daughter was 4 or 5. Well, one afternoon, she decided to redecorate the entire downstairs in garlic. I can't even smell garlic still to this day. Like it was a while ago, and I still like. I mean, for like we moved out of that apartment. We'll just say it was the end of 2008, whatever. We moved out of there. Like I moved out of there, I think in 2013. The end of 2012 into the beginning of 2013. So 4 or 5 years. Cleaning up the apartment, moving out of there, I was still finding these little areas of garlic somewhere in the corners and the crevices and the whatever, the cracks. It was ridiculous. Like she did a very, very thorough job in a very short amount of time. Yeah. Think about that, though. I want to, Moderate brings up a good point. Hi, Moderate, by the way. Those 5 years did serious damage to the man's rep and character online. People ate up things spread by Katie, Uni, Nate, and they have become deranged, void of logic, and no longer rational about Steve McRae. And think about where everyone is now. Think about where Unirock is now. The ridiculous low cow nature that he has, I don't know, displayed himself to be. I just hope people look at that and think about it. Like, this is who they got their information from. That and Katie fucking Joy, okay? This is who they allowed, or they, whatever, they allowed to create in their mind, who they allowed to present them with this perception, this image of Steve, and who they chose to run with and believe. I'm not judging them for it. I'm not. I'm not. Unless they still continue to believe this shit, then I might judge them. But whatever. We all get wrapped up in stupid shit sometimes. I don't even care. But if you hear this and you are among one of those people and you are not currently looking back on those involved and thinking, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I judged a little too harshly without getting all the facts. If you're not really asking yourself that question, then I think you got bigger problems. My opinion. And I don't mean this rudely. I'm not judging you for it so much. I'm not. I hope you realize it. I mean, and you don't even have to like Steve. I personally, I like Steve. I do. But I can see how some people are rubbed the wrong way by him, or find him to be aggressive or annoying even. And I say this knowing that I fall into those categories myself, meaning that I can be found to be annoying, abrasive, and all that shit, okay? But I get it. I understand it. So I'm not even saying that you have to forgive all that and overlook anything. No, you can still dislike the man. You can still think he's a pain in the ass. I don't give a shit. But he's not someone who goes around sexually harassing fucking people online, trying to talk shit about his penis or whatever in some disgusting sexual way. You know, that's just not it. Dislike him for who he is, not for who he's not. No offense, Steve. Guess I'm back. You sure? Yeah, I know. It is bizarre. It really is. I don't know. I think what just really bugs me about all this, it pisses me off. Like, I consider myself to be a feminist in the sense that there are still very much so instances and situations throughout our society where women not only don't have the power, but we're on the negative end of the power. You know, like, we're almost left with the choice to be mildly subservient in all times, almost. In that regard, I am a feminist. And not that I want women to have more power, but I don't want to ever have to worry that whether or not I laugh at this thing that's going to be framed as a joke in a moment when it clearly wasn't. I don't want to worry that if I don't laugh and play it off, then it's going to create all these other problems for me, you know, in that regard. Because that's still very much the reality of every woman's situation, no matter what class or, you know, class of life you're in, or society, I don't know, socially or economic class or whatever you're in. I've had a couple of drinks. whatever walks of life you come from, that's still very much an everyday situation for all women. I don't care. It is. So long as that exists, then yeah, I consider myself a feminist, because that shit should not exist in that way. That being said, reverse sexism or whatever, what was it? It's misandry or something, I think it's called. This misogyny, misandry is not the answer. In fact, it's really the thing that will perpetuate the problem and continue it going and make it worse. And that's where Katie comes from on a lot of this. Like Katie doesn't just want women to have the same amount of power or to be there to be no imbalance. She wants women to hold the power and to be stewards of it any way that they deem fit. That's not going to solve anything. In fact, do you really want to victimize other people just because they grew up in a society where they were led to believe that what they're doing is okay, and so they did it? I mean, it's been my experience that the majority of men, once they have shit explained to them, for the most part, they start to get it. If they don't actually get it, they start to understand. So long as you have that they don't deserve the shit done right back to them, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not sure that they ever deserve it, really, but it would definitely not warrant it. But that's not where it seems Katie wants to lie. And a lot of this comes down to the fact that Steve is a man and Katie is a woman, because I can't tell you how many times I see this brought up. They're never described when explaining things to people. They're never described as a person, a creator to a creator. It's always this man, this woman, how he spoke to this woman. He said these explicit things to this female, to this married woman is even used a lot. So tell me again how that is not in and of itself sexist, because you are trying to exploit one gender against another. Only usually it's the male gender that wants to exploit the female gender. In these instances, it's the female gender who wants to exploit the female gender. You know, it's still exploitative no matter what gender of the person who's doing the exploiting. So, all right, on that note, I'm going to start to sign off now. Veer right into the garlic. Martini's our food group. Yeah, they are. That is femme superiority. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm superior, absolutely, but not because I'm female. Am I only kidding? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, going after other families. I think she's trying to do that because she's just trying to generate interest and disgust, and she's trying to aim it elsewhere away from her. And that's what she's always done with her channel, though. I don't think it's necessarily to deflect. I think that's just how she gets through life. It's cathartic for her. So that's my opinion, anyways. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off. I need to go eat something, and I'm getting now. And it's not my bag. It's my feet. I need to feed her. So thanks for watching, everyone. And I will try to put all that stuff in the description. Right now, though, I'm definitely going to go. I'm going to grab the link to that video I mentioned earlier regarding the TRO evidence and everything that I showed on the channel a ways back. I'm going to go grab that link now and put it in the description. So give me like 3 minutes and it should be there. So have a good night, everyone. Thanks for being here. Bye. I'll be streaming tomorrow sometime, probably evening. So bye.